Okay, welcome to MeMe's Kitchen. Today we are going to be cooking macaroni and cheese, or mac and cheese as it's commonly known. So this is what we're going to start out with. This is the package that I'll start with. It's not going to look anything like that when we're through, but this is the start. So I'm going to put my water in my pan here. Get it ready. Cut my oven on 350 degrees. Put my water there. Put a little salt in it. Now, while that's getting ready to boil, to cook the noodles in, we'll go work over here and start getting some of the other things ready. One of the things I always do for my mac and cheese is I grate my own cheese. I do not use the one that's packaged up, mainly because it has preservatives on it and it does not taste as good. So I use the Sharp cheese, 1 pound. So we're going to grate this ourselves right now. Always cut it in half because it's easier for me to handle that way. Try and get it out the wrapper. And then we just grate it the old-fashioned way. See how it grates in there? So we're going to do the whole pound just like that. Okay, I've almost finished this cheese. That takes just a little while, but it'll be well worth it. So there we go. Now, the next thing we're going to do, is 4 eggs. And I use the extra large eggs. And like I've said before, I use Eggland's Best. I just like them. The quality is good. And I'm never disappointed. So get them cracked. And then just beat them up good. Just with a fork. You don't want to beat them too much, but just until the yellow is broken and it's all mixed together. Okay, that will go in our bowl. Now, our water's getting hot over here, so we'll put our noodles in. All right, and then we will use this little packet of extra seasoning here. And so I just pour that in there. And we'll let that come to a boil. It's pretty hot now. Once you pour it in, you really kind of need to stir it. If you don't, your noodles will stick together. And then sometimes they'll stick to the bottom of your pan. So I just stir them real good to kind of get them all in the water. Okay, now, the next thing we're going to add is 3½ cups of milk. That's 2. And that's 1½ cups. Okay, so I just use my whisk here. Just mix that until it's mixed. Now, like everything, we got to put a stick of butter. So, but we're gonna melt it because it just works better if you melt it. So, in the microwave, just press 1 minute and it'll be. So now our noodles here are getting hot. And they go come to a boil in a minute, and then we'll get the rest of it together. Okay, we've been going a couple of minutes here now waiting for our macaroni to boil. And so it has boiled now. And if you can see how the macaroni, you can almost tell it looks done. And so it's ready to go in our colander. So we'll just put it right over here and pour that out. All right, you don't rinse it or anything. Just shake it a little bit and then just dump it right into your milk mixture. All right, we're going to pour our butter in there. Now we're going to put our cheese in there. And you can see with this much cheese, it's going to really be good. I use the sharp cheese. I do not use extra sharp. I find out sometimes that flavor is a little bit strong. And so the sharp cheese, and you can really just use any brand. That brand that I was using right there was from Ingles, and we have found that it's a good cheese, but there are other cheeses that are just good. Now, that's that little envelope out of the package of mac and cheese. So we just mix this up. And this is my mac and cheese casserole dish. It's kind of like a 9 by 13. Maybe not quite a 9 by 13, but it's close. Okay, so now we're going to pour all of this in there. Just spread it around so you're sure you've got your cheese all around. Now we have our oven on 350. We're going to put this in and let it bake for about 45 minutes. When it comes out, we'll let you see it. And I think we have a tester here tonight, a taste tester. So then we'll see what it's like. So in the oven, on the bottom rack, right in the middle. Okay, we'll be back in just a little bit. One way to check to see if your macaroni is really done is just to take your fork and kind of stick right in the middle of it and see how that's still just a little bit gooey. Well, we're gonna let this cook about 5 more minutes and then it should be ready. Woo, but it smells good. All right. Okay, that's nice and done. Now when we take this out, it really needs to set for about 5 minutes before you eat any of it. So we're going to take it out here, if I can get it out without burning myself. We'll sit it right there. And we're just going to let it cool for a couple of minutes, and then we have us a gentleman here that's going to taste this macaroni and give his opinion of it. Now, we're going to taste this macaroni here. Good old southern dish. Woo-wee. Well, that looks good. Now, we have William Gaddis here. That's going to test our macaroni. And he has a company called Top Tier. So y'all ring him up if you need some work done. So, William, let us know what it's like.
Well, Mimi, that's the best macaroni and cheese I've ever had.
All right.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, good.
There we go.
So, a nice and easy dish that you can make that all your family will love. And so, everybody get busy. Make some of that macaroni and cheese. Y'all shine for Jesus.